Hey there, this is Ansar. I'm a full stack developer and I'm super excited to kick off this JavaScript crash course with you. Whether you are a complete beginner or someone looking to refresh their skills, you are in the right place. Alright, so what is JavaScript? Well, imagine you have a fancy website and you want it to do more than just sit there and look pretty. You want it to be dynamic, interactive, and downright. Awesome, that's where JavaScript comes into play. Let's dive right in. But before we do, make sure you got your favorite code editor and a browser ready. We are going to write some code and see it in action. Alright, this is a basic as it gets. We are saying, hey console, log this message to the console. And what's the message? Hello world. Simple, right? Now, if you are wondering where the message pops up, it's usually in the browser's developer console. Don't worry, we will get to that in a just bit. So, what is a variable? Think of it as a storage box where you keep information. In our case, we have got a variable called message. We are saying, hey JavaScript, reserve some space for a message. And then we fill that space with a message. Pretty straightforward, right? Now, let's talk about the data types. Think of them as a different flavor of information. So, data types in JavaScript are primitive and non-primitive. In the primitive, we have string, number, boolean, null, undefined. On the non-primitive side, we have object, array, and functions. Here, in the demo.js, we can see like let greeting equal to hello world. So, hello world is a string type of data types. Let age equal to 25, where age is a number data type. Let is coding fun equal to true, where is coding fun is a boolean type of data type. Now let's see array. And speaking of variety, ever wanted to store multiple values in one container? That's where array come in. In this case, we have an array of colors red, green, and blue. The array helps us to store multiple information in an array format. Like a single variable contains multiple values with the help of indexes. Like here, red is in the 0 index, green is in the 1 index, and blue is in the 2nd index. On the array, the indexes starts with 0. Let's talk about two cool things: making decisions in your code and using special helpers called functions. It's like teaching your code some new tricks. Let's dive in. First up, we are making choice in our code using if-else statements. It's like telling your code, hey, if the temperature is less than 20, say bro, it's silly. If it is not, say perfect weather. In the output, the temperature is 22, which is not less than 20. Therefore, the else block will be executed, and the message, no need for a jacket, perfect weather will be logged. Next, look at this loop. It's counting from 0 to 4. Logging each iteration, imagine the possibilities, automating the repetitive task with a few lines of code. The loop runs from I equal to 0 to I equal to 4, which is I less than 5, logging the count as each iteration. Functions. Now say hello to our functions. Meet our functions name as greet. You tell it a name and it says, hey there, followed by the name. Functions make your code friendlier and save you from repeating yourself. The greet function is called with the argument Sarah, and it logs a greeting message, hey there, Sarah, to the console. Now we are going to look into the secret of DOM manipulation, where we make our web pages come live with JavaScript. Let's cast some coding spells. Here we are selecting an HTML element with the ID, main heading, and changing its content to welcome to the JavaScript Wonderland. In the code, as you can see, previously the span doesn't contain any value. Okay, here is the output as we said. Now let's add some style with the help of JavaScript. Now, as you can see, we have written heading elements.style.color equal to blue. Heading elements.style.font style equal to 24 pixel. In the output, as you can see, the font style has been changed with the color blue and font size 24 pixel. Now, we are looking into the dynamic world of events and event handling. Ever wondered how websites respond to your clicks and keystrokes? That's the magic we are uncovering today. Get ready to make your web page dynamic. We are attaching an event listener to a button. When the button is clicked, it shows a text button is clicked. As you can see, message appears, button is clicked. This happened when we click on this button. Let's see again. When we are clicking on this button is clicked is happening. Now, in this example, we are responding to the mouse over event by changing the text color and content when the mouse is over an element. The original style is restored on mouse out. Now, let's see how the synchronous code works in JavaScript. How to make your code handle tasks without waiting. Here is a small example of a synchronous code with the help of setTimeout. The setTimeout function is asynchronous. It schedules a function to run after a specified delay, allowing the script to continue running other tasks in the meanwhile time. In this example, start of the script and end of the script are logged first, and then after a 2-second delay, inside the setTimeout callback is logged. Now, here is an example of asynchronous code while fetching API. The fetch function in asynchronous and is used to make HTTP request. In this example, it fetches advices from a API. The script does not wait for the fetch operation to complete, so end of the script is logged first. Once the advice is fetched, the callback is executed, logging the advice. Now, let's see how promise works in JavaScript. Promises are a way to work with asynchronous code more elegantly. In this example, we create a promise order pizza that resolves with a success message or reject with an error message based on condition. We then consume the promise using then and catch method. So, as we are calling the order pizza method, in this the success message is true, that's why it is getting resolved. And in the console, it is printing your pizza is on its way. So now, we have came into the end of the JavaScript crash course. So here is the things what we have learned through this whole course. First, we have seen what is JavaScript, variables and data types. We have also seen arrays, control flow and functions, like how the if-else statement works and how the functions are called. We have also seen how the loops work. Other than this, we have covered the DOM manipulation. In the DOM manipulation, we have worked with adding elements, changing the elements style. We have worked with events and event handling by hovering over the mouse or clicking the button. Other than this, we have also seen asynchronous in JavaScript with the help of promises, setTimeout, and fetching an API. So that's the end of this crash course. If you want to learn more about JavaScript, subscribe to this channel and comment down. Thank you.